Yeah, this is kind of by request from Brent. Since I'm out here, we got family going on. If you hear screaming back in the background, that's, who knows. You can still see the IH, but that's the stamped steel 9637D. That was World War II. They all came with the steel. Yeah, of course, outrod, in, off. This one, I've said it before, but this one has the magneto, so it really doesn't need a battery. My brother threw a 12 volt in here just to start it. Now Matt the scrap whisperer was talking about that. That is that stud he was talking about. My whole life they had the Farmall always had, they had a thread on it, and I couldn't tell you why. There's the serial number again, FBK 7947457. The story on this, I bought this at an auction at Comfrey, Minnesota for $700. Now, some of you that have been here a while, you know I have the right ball special jar for this. Oh, I see we got a new muffler. But there was two brothers. Something a little bit of interest here. I have to get behind the clutch pedal. Somebody hung their heel on top of that and wore a groove in that. Can you imagine how many hours and hours? But you know how that stuff goes. This came off of a dairy farm up there. But there were two brothers that owned it. They were the original owners. Now you see it's got all new fuel line. The carburetor's been gone through. The magneto's been gone through. This here. I still haven't got around to changing out the pulley. The bearings are real bad in here, but it isn't like we do belt work with it. But it's coming out after about a decade of sitting, it's coming out. I just did a double take. I used to run two-way hydraulic. This is the lift all, it's one way. I used to run a hydraulic hose back and through the air seat. Anyhow, you notice that is not a factory air seat. That was something else and different, and I can see but yeah, it is. I did save the tip back. That seat was off of an Oliver actually. There it locked in, and I see I got to tighten up my screw again. That stuff happens when you don't look at this stuff, and forever and a day everything. No, my brother's done most of the work on it this time around. I've really been stuck with everything else. And of course the Farmall starter, never leave home without it, particularly if you got a mag. Well, and the deep PTO shield, that was changeover, the very first ones. I think I showed an H with the stub, it used to come right out of the rear end. But see, they do have the exposed gears on these now. Well, anyhow, that's what's going on. Well, thank you.